What's going on, guys? We are back with another video, and today we are here with the Bion Ninja Gehirn, or the Bion Gehirn. And holy, this thing looks nice. I got this keyboard from the group buy back in May, and this is the raw color, so this is just raw aluminum. No coating or anything was done to this board. They just CNC'd it, took it off, and here it is. This board looks insane. I've never owned a raw keyboard before this, and yeah, this is a really nice experience. It's cool. So, some stuff about the board. So this is a top mount TKL, okay? Pretty standard stuff. It doesn't have O-ring support, but luckily the top mount on this board is pretty good. And the default plate is an aluminum plate, which I think works fine for this. You're not gonna get like really any flex with this, so don't, you know, be, oh my gosh, there's no flex, this board sucks. Like, I mean, it's just a preference thing. I mean, it's top mount. Either you like it or you don't. And of course, with it being top mount, it is going to have that top mount sound. It's going to sound like a very classic TKL, which for me, I am a pretty big fan of. And I have some other boards that are like that. Like I have the Cloud line back there, but I have that gummy O-ring mounted. I also have a Frog TKL, which is tadpole mounted. So I don't have an actual top mount TKL. And luckily, I have this for it. And I'd say it's pretty worth it. So Bion makes a lot of keyboards that are kind of like alien themed, I guess. It's like when you see a Bion board, or you know it's a Bion board, if you know what I'm saying, right? Like you'll know it's a Bion board when you see it, because a lot of his designs, like they stand out, because a lot of these companies that make keyboards over here, like JJW, nice curves, smooth designs and all of that, kind of just, it makes it look more premium and all of that. And this, it's also premium, it's just different. It has lots of very interesting text and all of that. This is the name of the board. And also, I know I'm saying the name wrong. I call it Gehirn. It's like Gehirn or something like that. Gehirn just makes sense in my head. I know. Yell at me all you want. I don't care. It says it on the back here. It also says it again above the arrow cluster. Which, you know, some people might not like that the name's on there twice, but it's like, I think it works. I think the font they did for the name is really cool. I think it's different. And obviously, don't even get me started on how cool the freaking back weight is. This thing is sick. I mean, it's kind of like, the camera doesn't really do it justice, because this thing just looks insane in person. It looks super cool. Now, obviously, the group buy is gone, right? And I thought that they were not going to run it again after the group buy, but they are doing another drop on Friday, 8 p.m. EST, okay, on clicklock.io. So in this drop, they have a win keyless, and something that you really don't see often, which is an HHKB TKL. So I just take the 60% of an HHKB and throw it on a TKL. That's literally what it is. Some people like it. It's different. It's rare. I mean, if you're into that, this is a great board to get it for. And they have it in 4 colors. They have it in pink, blue, gray, and black. I mean, they have a bunch of pictures here on the website. The blue is kind of like a baby bluish, and then you have like a baby pinkish. The gray has a little bit of a darker blue hue to it, and black is black. So yeah, I mean, they have some pretty good options here. I mean, a lot of stuff like that lighter blue, again, you don't see that kind of stuff often. So it's like, they got some good colors going here. And plus the board just sounds nice. I mean, if you just want a very classic sounding TKL, a board that's gonna sound just good. Like, you don't need to do force break for this. It's really nice, because it's like, I know when I tried other stuff like the Cloud line and the Derivative, those were also top mounts. They also needed force break. This doesn't need it. I mean, I use this. It sounds very full. Good sound. I mean, nothing needs to be done to this thing. I have just cherry switches in this. I mean, yeah, cherry switches, aluminum top mount. I mean, call me basic. But like, it sounds good. It's a tried and true combo. It's something that you just can't go wrong with. And that's one thing that's nice with this board. You can just get some nice, really good sound configurations. And I think it's nice. I mean, it's like a lot of these boards that you see nowadays are trying to like push something completely different. They're trying to be like, oh, what if we added like 7 mounting systems in one? Cough, cough, the Neo T80. Also it's TKL, but same thing. But it's like, you don't need to do all that. I mean, you don't need to do a ton of crazy stuff, but you just capitalize on one mount and make it fantastic. And that's what Bion did. I know he has other boards like the Larva, which I think is a 60%. I'm trying to scroll off the top of my head right now. But I mean, again, yeah, the design for that one just stands out. You know it's a Bion board. Obviously, there's the bias beforehand. The bias is kind of different, I guess, in the design language compared to all of the other Bion boards that have come out. But I certainly think the Gehirn is better than the bias, in my opinion. And I have tried a bias. I have tried one. I still think the Gehirn is better. That's just my opinion. But yeah, just an overall solid board. I posted a sound test of this board on my channel a while ago, but I'll go ahead, run it back. So yeah, here's a sound test of the board. Just cherry switches on aluminum, nothing special. Have a listen. So yeah, that's what I got for the Gehirn here. I mean, honestly, it's just a really, really nice keyboard. I mean, I think you can find them on Mac Market for just about the same price that you would find it new. Obviously, if I were you, just get it new off freaking, what is it, Click Clack, and you're not gonna have to deal with like, oh, I gotta communicate with this person, but it's like you don't have to go through the hassle of communicating, and plus you get colors that aren't available right now. I mean, it's just get it from the drop, okay? And then get it from Mac Market if you don't have one already. Or if they just don't have your color in the drop, then just get one off Mac Market. I mean, it's just, this board is fantastic, and I would highly recommend anybody to get this if you're just looking for a really solid top mount TKL, because there's a lot going for this board. I mean, it doesn't have anything fancy, but it does what it needs to do, and it does it well. And that's what I like about this board. And yeah, that's all I got to say about this board. Just another fantastic top mount TKL that you can't go wrong with. So yeah, that's all I got. Adios.